Hello, today we're going to be working on notes over the periodic table. If you are unsure what page you're supposed to be working on, please check eChalk. Go ahead and set up the periodic table Cornell notes on your correct page. First, we need to remember that protons determine the type of atom or the type of element it is. For example, if an atom has one proton, it is hydrogen. If an atom has 3 protons, it is lithium, and so on. Electrons determine how the atom will react with other atoms. Valence electrons are the electrons on the outer shell, and that is what we look at to determine how reactive an element is. For example, most of the elements on the periodic table are reactive, which means that their outer orbital is not full. They can still hold more electrons. There is only one group that is non-reactive, and that is group 18. The elements in group 18 have a full outer shell. They cannot hold any more electrons. Therefore, they do not react with any other elements. So once again, we just talked about how most of the atoms are reactive because their outer shell is not full. The atom's not stable or happy when the outer shell is not full. It will continue to find and look for other atoms to bond with to make a full outer shell. All atoms of the same element must have the same number of protons. If you change the number of protons, you change to a different element. So when you look at the periodic table and you look at the top number or the atomic number, that is always equal to the number of protons. The atomic number is only equal to the protons and electrons if the atom is neutral. Remember, the number of electrons and neutrons can change and it can still be the same type of element. But if you change the number of protons, you are changing it into a totally different element. It is now time for us to work on our questions. You are going to create 3 questions, and they can come from any level on page 3. So if you turn to page 3, you have your 3 levels of questioning. I'm going to show you an example. If I choose to use the word identify, and I look at my notes, I can create a question that says, identify the elements on the periodic table that are not reactive. You need to go ahead and create 3 questions of your own. You cannot use the question that I have just created. Once you have finished creating your questions, go ahead and create a 3-sentence summary summarizing what you have learned today. Once you have finished with your questions and summary, you have finished with the lesson today. Good job.